And chat, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we are going to finally make some progress. I guess we made a bunch of progress last stream, but more progress today. We're going to find our gun. In 2 in-game hours. How to fill the time. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to this guy about the various people now that I've gotten in good with...
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes. Wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
The little guy chuckles merrily.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
One sec.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Shut up, electrochemistry. What do you mean by taking this soup to the men? Is it for striking? Please, fill my time.
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Do I care that the borscht is spiked? I'm not sure I care that the borscht is spiked. I might accept it just to have something to spend time on, but... if it's just booze, who gives a shit? Huh. I'm gonna accept it so that I can have something to fill hours. Because I'm running low on things to fill time with.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Evrat doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning.
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Evrat's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Don't interrupt Leo.
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Africa. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
The trees were green again, you say? The little guy chuckles again. Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everard sometimes.
You seem to be a little worried about him. What's up with Manana?
Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
All right, let's see what this guy has to say about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody likes him.
Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Yeah, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Titus Hardy? Huh. Tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everard would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
If anything, the ever-present smile on Leo's face gets even warmer. Tell me about Renee.
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say.
How have you not fallen off? You're perched so precariously.
We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives. Even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Did they know they were dating the same woman? Huh. Good friends, I guess. Hold up, Gaston was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Actually, I want to talk about something else.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
That seems to be everything I can ask you about, so I'm off. Oh, which way to get back? This way. Well, that wasted fewer minutes than I would have liked it to. What are the thoughts I have in my head at the moment? 14 more hours for Wasteland of Reality. Well, I don't want to talk to Measurehead, so let's talk to Moniana.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Don't want to let on that I went into the guy's house, Gary's house. What to do? I don't have any books to read. I guess I could buy books to read.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
I wonder what you could do with the games.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly
Points into reaction speed to think about who is Dick Mullen. How many skill points have I got to spare? I have 4 skill points to spare. Okay, let's put a point into reaction speed then. And think about Dick Mullen.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring. Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken Identity.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions. Or it could be something else. Which of these thoughts do I want to pursue? Ooh. I'm going to say that's probably right.
Then this is the book for you.
Fair enough. I want to buy this Dick Mullen novel for $8.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
I will. All right, well, let's spend some time reading. Another Dick Mullen book that woefully misrepresents the nature of police work. In this one, our detective returns from a trip having successfully solved one case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No, he doesn't even look like a normal officer of the law.
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch.
Examine the cover.
The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are 2 silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That seems to sum up the premise nicely.
What tune from the Aristocats do you recognize?
Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Oh, gee, you think?
Are you really reading that, detective?
I really need to know who this Dick Mullen guy is.
Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the reader.
Well, that can be fine, but I see what you're getting at. What you were slapping on your thighs just a minute ago? I don't remember what tune I was tapping, and it's on my controller, not my thighs. It would be a very different sound if I was slapping my thighs.
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime, along with Dick Mullen. A crude narrative convention, but no less effective for it.
Oh, start reading.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast.
Pray return to the Wakey Sands.
Agitation. Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home, where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law.
But pretty accurate when it comes to me.
But also extremely accurate in your case.
Yes, electrochemistry, that's what I said. I'll say... Look, I can't judge.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
The cops released their prime murder suspect so he can find the real killer? Are you shitting me?
What's the matter, detective?
The lieutenant turns to you with a start. I don't know who's writing this shit, but I get the feeling they aren't experts on homicide investigations.
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature. They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure.
Okay, so Mullen didn't do it.
Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana Denova.
Denova, huh? Not how I would have pronounced that, but it is French, so I guess that is how I should have pronounced that. Now it's getting interesting.
Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling at strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel.
Oh, this has already spent 45 minutes, hell yeah.
Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead.
Tell me about the corrupt police captain.
Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder?
I want to hear about the politician's son.
A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height. And while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own.
What was that about an art collector?
Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way O'Spillane got did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvald was once involved with Deanna Deneuve. Could it be that this is all over a sordid love triangle?
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Awesome. Okay.
One evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms. Yes, comfort and pleasure. The
That
warmth
healed
of
me?
another human's touch. The burning taste of liquor on her full, sweet lips. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer.
Oof. How does Mullen expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with witnesses?
The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing if all the evidence gets thrown out in court over police misconduct.
Not sure I'm happy with this, but maybe the story will turn it around.
As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Deanna Deneuve turns to Mullen and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you.
Is she about to try to kill him?
I love you. The name of the true killer. Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly.
It's 10 p.m. I'll be able to continue reading this later, I think. So I'm going to close the book and get going.
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity.
All right, it's 10 p.m. Let's go get my gun. What are you dipshits still doing out and about at this hour of the night? To the fishing village. Or the to the boardwalk, I guess. Right? Walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. Okay. Oh, hello. Hi. Just waving that gun around. Yeah, the deconstruction of detective fiction was good. I was enjoying reading it, but
Put your hands where I can see them.
the Asian woman, under a mountain of police paraphernalia, mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now. Show me your hands. Right now.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
Oh, am I getting a penalty for what I'm holding in my hands? I'm going to say easy, ma'am. Take it easy.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress! I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. We just want to talk.
Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
Man, what is up with this lady?
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Yeah, it's a red check that can't be retried because I'll die if I fail it. Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police, shitbag. Hug the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance. Suspect alert. Get on the ground.
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, all right?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Big red key. Big red key.
Who? Are you on drugs? Might provoke her. You're not the police. We are the police. Will definitely provoke her. And trying to take my gun back won't get me killed if I fail the check. I'm going to say, are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
You know what? Fair enough, Kim. I will say you're not the police. We are the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
Uh-oh.
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Oh, we wouldn't be able to do this stuff if I didn't have my name and my badge. We really are cops. Look, my badge.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in, dispatch. Sector, Azimuth.
It's not a code, just disjointed words. She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
Ooh. I guess our only chance would be hand-eye coordination.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Oh, shit. I have to try. All right.
She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
No, I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail.
Sure, you're you, but how do we end this? She's not just gonna let you leave.
I guess I'll say, gun, gun, I'm coming.
Suicide by cop. Split-second decision. Eat lead, scumbag.
God, I almost blew her head off.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real.
I had the sense to empty my gun before selling it. Thank God. Or maybe the pawn shop guy did. Either way.
Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
What happened to this lady?
Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick up your gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
So we were never in any danger.
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
Oh, we need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
But why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8, and loneliness.
You're probably right. Loneliness.
Yeah, looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now.
Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But we might be able to get her help.
We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Yeah, Titus does sound like the man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
She mutters. It seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. Just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
No, I'm going to leave her alone. I've got my gun. I'm going to get her some help and let her be. I hope Titus hasn't gone home yet. Was there a small window where I could finish that and get to Titus? Oh, they're still here, thank God.
The Copper NATO is back. What do you want?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
The B team, huh?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig.
Do I be honest with him? Yeah, I'll be straightforward with him. She had my gun.
You're fucking with me. Your gun. She had your fucking gun.
Sure did, boss. Heard him loud and clear. The pigs lost his gun to the pigs.
Well, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions.
He waves in circles, still searching for words. What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne Amigo LaPlante. Marianne LaPlante.
Anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids, that must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
I don't like any of these dialogue options. Because to set the world right before it ends is the apocalyptic cult stuff. And I don't want to do that. Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir. Is not going to get any respect from him. And I can't but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I want to say that. And I definitely don't want to go with option number 2. More like who wouldn't. Cool uniforms, fast machines, packing heat, sign me up. No, not going to say that. Huh. Fuck it. I can't help but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to say that. Oh, I don't want to say any of these. Fuck it. Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, Cerdo. They don't beat confessions out of prisoners.
You know what? Fair enough.
Easy there, Al. Sit down. We got one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
Where did she get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Yeah, but working sirens and lights?
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
God, this poor woman. Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Going to take off now. Well, I've got my gun now. And that's a powerful tool for intimidating people, I guess. Is that really it? That's the whole encounter? Poor lady. Poor woman. I hope I never get dementia. Like, I worry about it sometimes. That I'll start fading away when I get older. It doesn't quite keep me up at night, but it does worry me. Especially with my ADHD and trouble focusing. Oh, excuse me. Didn't Monica have giant titties? That's a hell of a thing to just plaster on my screen. Alright, well that was a diversion. Monica's titties are big, apparently. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Alright, what is on my quest list for now? Special borscht. Talk to the cook. Okay. Maybe I should send... Maybe I should send the body to processing tonight. Icemaker said your order will be ready in 8 hours. Oh, shit. How much money was I supposed to have for that? Damn. Okay. I guess we'll pick them up in the morning. Yeah, this game is just so depressing and bleak. I get that it's going for gritty realism, but it's so depressing. And couple that with the stress of the game, and it's just, oof. This is not a game I can play for very long at a time. Especially when it's frustrating to have to try to find things to pass the time in-game with. All right, I can't really deal with bleak today, so I'm going to call this stream early, and we'll finish Disco Elysium for the month another day. I just can't do bleak today. It's I just can't deal with it today. So we will finish this another day this month. This portion of this patron's pick another day this month. So for now, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a few hours for Deltarune.